What's up, Wellington kids? Welcome back to another video. Here I am at the beach and I'm gonna go try to walk on water. Just kidding. Even though Jesus and Peter did in the Bible, and those were the kinds of miracles that happened back then, there are still miracles that happen today. Teacher Lindsay's about to tell us a story, so stay tuned.
Hello boys and girls, my name is Teacher Lindsay and I am going to be sharing a miracle story with you today. Now, this happened when I was in high school and I was working at a Christian kids camp, and me and the other leaders were singing worship songs and praising God when suddenly I felt like God was saying in my heart that I needed to go pray for one of the other leaders. Now, I was thinking, okay, how do I know this isn't just my imagination? Because that happens all the time where my imagination is running wild. But right away, I felt like God was telling me, when you ask her how her back is, she's gonna say, it's not good. Now, I remembered earlier in the summer, she said that her back really bothered her because she had been in a number of car accidents. So I thought, okay, I'll ask her how she's doing, how her back is doing, and if she says it's not good, I'll know this is really from God. So after we were done worshiping and praising, I went up to her and I said, hey, how's your back doing? And she said, oh, it's not good. I thought, oh, that's exactly what God told me she was gonna say. Maybe this is real, this is really exciting. So I told her, okay, this is gonna sound kind of crazy, but I feel like God is telling me to pray for your back because he wants to heal you. And she said, oh, well, I don't know, we'll see. So I ended up praying for her, we prayed together, and then I asked her, well, how's your back, how's your neck feeling? And she kind of looked for a moment thoughtful and she went, oh. And I said, good, whoa, like what is happening? She said, I don't know, it just feels really weird. And I said, good, weird? Like, are you healed? Like, what's going on? And she said, yeah, I think it's feeling better. And I remember being so excited. I was bouncing off of the walls because God had healed someone in real life. I'd never seen that happen before. And so the next day, I went up to her and I asked her, oh, how's your back doing? And she said, oh, it's okay. I said, oh, that's disappointing. I thought this was a really cool healing story. And I was a little disappointed all day until she came to me later and she said, you know what? For the longest time, all my muscles and my neck and back were so tense that yesterday, after you prayed for me and another person actually prayed for her after, all of that tension went away, and suddenly it didn't even feel like her arms were attached anymore. She was so unused to having her body doing what it was supposed to be doing, and she felt a lot better. And I asked her, weeks and months later how her back was doing, and ever since that moment, God had healed her. It wasn't bothering her anymore, even though before that it was bothering her all the time. And what was really cool is she didn't even really expect that God was going to heal her. She thought that, she had heard of other people praying for healing and it didn't happen. So she was actively trying to prove it didn't. But she couldn't disprove what God had done. The pain was gone and she was better. And it was a real life miracle.
Hey everyone, it's Jono here. Today's story of Jesus is found in 3 of the 4 Gospels. You can find it in Matthew 14, Mark 6, and John 6. Now, I'm super excited to have a special guest storyteller today. Let's have a look.
Jesus gave these instructions to the disciples. Get into the boat and go before me to the other side, while I dismiss the crowd. After that, he went up on the mountain by himself to pray. When evening came, he was there alone, but a boat was a long way from the land. It was being beaten by waves, and a stormy wind was against them. Sometime in the middle of the night, Jesus came to them, walking on the sea.
What is that?
But when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were terrified.
It's a ghost. Ah!
But immediately Jesus spoke to them. Take heart, it is I, do not be afraid.
Lord, if it's you, tell me to come to you on the water.
Come. So Peter got out of the boat and walked on water and came to Jesus.
Whoa, Peter, you're walking on water. No way, That's impossible.
But when Peter saw the wind, he was afraid, and he began to sink. He cried out.
Ah, Lord, save me!
Jesus immediately reached out his hand and took a hold of him, saying, "Oh, you of little faith, why did you doubt?" And when they got onto the boat, the wind stopped, and those in the boat worshipped him, saying,
Truly, you are the Son of God.
Whoa! Okay, so I wonder if you noticed something. When Peter kept his focus on Jesus, he was able to do something absolutely miraculous and wonderful. Walk on the water to Jesus. But what happened when he looked at the waves around him? Staring at the stormy, raging sea instead of looking at Jesus, he began to sink. Now, we often do the same thing. We let the big, scary, worrying things seem bigger and more powerful than Jesus. But we know that that's not true. Jesus is God's Son and fully God, the great I Am. Take a look at John 6, verse 20. Jesus says to Peter, "It is I, do not be afraid." Now, those words, "it is I," translate literally to I am. Where have we heard that name of God before? Tell them that I sent you. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. Okay. Now, that's right. When God spoke to Moses at the burning bush, God told Moses not to be afraid. He could go back to Egypt, to Pharaoh, because God would be with him. Now, Jesus, as the Son of God and fully God himself, told Peter a similar thing, not to be afraid, as he was standing there, standing in front of him, the great I Am. Now, I love how the version told by Matthew mentions how the disciples, full of wonder and amazement, said, "Truly, you are the Son of God." So, just like Jesus has the power to do amazing, wonderful things and had the power to let Peter do amazing, wonderful things too, well, that same thing is true for us even today. Even in the middle of rough and stormy situations, remember to keep your eyes fixed on Jesus. Keep your focus on him through whatever you're going through, because Jesus, as the great I Am, he is the same powerful ruler over all. We can trust him, we can worship him, and so let's do that right now. Join me in our worship response time.